Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I'm Gypsy Girl, here to give you another lesson for today. Just want to be grateful for the energy. I'm able to come and feel out this energy and tap in, feeling like it's a lot easier now, much easier. I'm grateful that I can come to the lesson and hand it out. I am grateful that I have the gift to read and interpret the cards. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting me and keeping me safe. The lessons are timeless. So it really doesn't matter what day you listen to a lesson or receive a lesson. The point is that it helps you in the moment. And even if you don't feel like you're going through that lesson, it's in hindsight that you'll see that you did go through the lesson at some point. Or you're just preparing for the future, for when the lesson will come around. Just understanding and following the lesson could just be enough for you, wherein you don't have to go through the ordeal of the lesson itself. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit. What does the collective need to learn today? What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit, for teaching me and keeping me safe. For teaching and protecting the collective, keeping us safe. What do we need to learn today? Cards are heavy and sticky. They're sticking. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit. What do we need to learn today? No jumpers. What do we need to learn today? Aha, we have a tower. The 16, High Arcana. Tower is here. Something needs to come down. When the tower comes in, it is mainly to say that whatever has been built on, what's been the foundation, is crumbling. It's falling, or it's time to fall, or it's in the midst of falling. Again, this is High Arcana, so we don't decide, and I mean, I shouldn't say it like that, because we can decide when something is enough and I've had enough and I don't want anymore. And that's usually when the tower comes crashing down. So it's a double edge in that, wherein Spirit will say, well, you've had enough, even though you're still trying, you're beating your head against a wall in some cases. And no, it's not going to work for you, so I'm coming in to bring it down. That's usually the interpretation. But at the same time, we are capable of bringing down our own towers. I mean, it's self-awareness that really does that. And when you think about it, when you realize that things are not going the way you really want them to, or you notice that the plan isn't working in the way you planned it, and you say, well, you know what, this is not happening, so might as well just scrap it. That's bringing down a tower. The lesson is in recognizing just that it is time to walk away from something or to end something. The key or the tool, what Spirit is giving us to work with, the lesson to help us absorb, is abundance. Venus, the Empress. I say abundance because that's what she brings. I mean, think of Euphoria, because that's what she is. Everything great and lots of it. This brings in motherhood, and a lot of cases, a reading that could start off like this could say that a child is being born. The water breaks and birthing is happening. The baby. For some, it's a birth. For others, it is complete opposite, where circumstances are so dire that you need to leave that, break down whatever it is that you had, and take your love and go the other way, or go away. Because of love, you're bringing down the tower. Maybe an extreme example could be you're with someone and you meet someone else and you decide, well, you don't want to be with this first person anymore, you want to be with the new person, and you just break saying, I don't want to be with you, I found someone else, I'm leaving. That could be another tower. Same thing with work. It's neither here nor there. Just because this is Venus for love, it could be for work too, abundance. Where work is, company is just crashing, or your systems are crashing. I mean, it could be as simple as that. You know, you're working and you need to move on or move away from. But the love, you see, the ability, again, this is intuition, this is know-how, this is confidence, and genuine love. Genuine love is where this comes in. She is the epitome of love. She is the goddess that we give reverence to and value. We recognize value. So in this, just these two cards, we can say that it is worth bringing down a tower for. The result will be a positive one in light of this tower coming down. That's basically how this lesson will play. Whatever is happening that is falling apart, crumbling in your life right now is for the greater good. That is what this is. What is Spirit doing? Well, we have the Eight of Wands. So we come down to the lower arcana. So Spirit is going through our abilities, because this is mastery. The Eight of Wands, it is a lot of talking. It is very passionate conversation, very loving conversation. And there is a sacrifice. We have given up our time, our energy. We have learned and taken what we've learned and applied it so that we can be masterful at what we know. We know what we know. We enjoy it to the point where our love is fueling it, because it's a passionate, like a career, if you want to look at it that way. Like the changes that are happening with the tower will bring in your mastery, our mastery. I'm involved in this too. But Spirit is giving us this knowledge, this ability, this reverence, this remembrance. Anything that deals with this card, Spirit is making sure we are aware of it. So we will know what to do next in light of this tower coming down, our attributes, our strengths will be prominent. It will be put forward because we are making a new beginning. When the tower comes down, it's a good thing. That's the first thing we have to understand. Even though we may say, oh my God, this is devastating. Well, yes, but then when the smoke clears and the dust settles, we have a new horizon to look at. And we start building anew on solid ground. That's why the tower had to come down. But we know that in this what Spirit is doing, we understand and accept the tower coming down. In fact, we want to help it come down when we know why it has to come down. And Spirit usually goes through us to make that happen. Or it's just by sheer surprise. Oh my God, this has happened? Oh, okay, now I get to do this. Either way, we come out with the positive because it is for the greater good. And it's for our greater good, more or less. Especially if we're following the lesson. We take the lesson in and say, yes, I want this. Because it's for us. It's not just for anybody. It's for whoever wants to claim. You claim it. You say it. I want this to happen in my life, and it will. So what is the gift? A new beginning. Just like it should be. This is like clockwork here, like this tower is coming down. We are embracing that, and we have accepted it, and we get to start afresh. That's the gift. Okay, I can move over this way a little more. So a new beginning. The Fool. And then we're moving on to our 9th cup. There's a lot of moving on. Again, this is the way of time. Tower's coming down is to clear a path so we can move forward, going with our new beginning, our new endeavors, our clean slate. There is satisfaction. We're satisfied with the changes that are occurring. However, we have a 4 of Cups that says there's boredom here. So we have 13 cups. Now, that is, if we just look at these 4 cards, just to, break it down a bit. We have 2 arcana, high arcana and 2 lower arcana. Okay, let's just take a look here. The tower coming down brings in a satisfaction, a certain satisfaction. Okay, right here, because it's the 9, and it is in the romance. I mean, we can't deny it. We have the Empress, the goddess of love, and then we have all these cups. It's not an ending per se, but it's a transformation, because these are 13, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 13 is where we have our phoenix rising. But here, this 4 that brings into the 13, because if we were just to say 10, then we would say it's the end of that cycle. But it's not the end of a cycle. It is a transformation. So your relationship, or how you relate to love, through love, with love, anything to do with love, is changing. You are seeing yourself transform because of what you know, because of what Spirit has given us. And this is not just what Spirit has given us, this is our experiences. Spirit is calling upon our passionate side, our loving side, our experienced side with love, our expectations even, because we expect to do well in what we do when a card like this comes along. This is mastery. We know our stuff, but then we're changing because we know that we need to change. You see this boredom card here? This is where the change comes, because we've been through so much with love and we're like, okay, you know what, this isn't getting any better. I need to do something different to change how I view love, how I live with love. I need a new beginning. I need something new. And it's here. This tower coming down, it's here in your life. You may not even see or feel it, but then you will recognize it in hindsight that, oh, things did change. Okay, this is what's going on. You have the courage. Okay, the cards just let go. We have the courage and we are moving on. Justice is here. We're combining the days again with these lessons. And not going any further. I think we don't need to. We ended on the Magician. So there's a manifestation that we have courage enough to manifest anew. Justice is coming in to make sure that we start anew. You see, the tower coming down was the first step to clear out that slate. New pathway. Brave enough. See, we got courage on top of a new beginning, because courage comes with this new beginning. Spirit says, okay, you're ready, so we're ready to go. When this tower comes down and we have the know-how, we have the understanding, we have the desire to go forward, because she is everything. Everything we could need, we have. The tool here is providing anything and everything, again with the abundance. The Magician is willing and wanting. In fact, the Magician is manifesting a new path. I want to do something completely new, or I want to go into this field. I want to study, or I want to learn, or I want to work in this, because you've decided, you've taken the steps. You know what you want. And then the transformation is through love. So love of or love for. The courage is here. Spirit is providing us with absolutely everything to make us move forward. It's justifiable, our leaving. Again, this refers back to the lesson from the day before with the leaving. Justice says you need to leave. You need to change your direction. And we will. Because we want what we want. And Spirit is giving us that opportunity. Now the manifestation here is really free will. Because you know how. Spirit is giving us that go ahead. With the courage and the know-how. And the fact that we have been bored. You know, when you know where you're coming from, you don't want that anymore. You tend to choose better. And that is where our life will change. And the leaving of the scene to change your life, to manifesting anew, is what comes next. Let's see what, like I said, it's like a textbook. Because this is what usually happens when the tower comes crashing down. You've had enough. You don't want any more of it. Yeah, with the new foundation in front of you, you have the courage enough to move on. It's justified because the tower actually fell, and you're free to go. Nothing is holding you back now, and you can go anywhere you want because you get the power to choose. Twice. Because of the Fool, because you're coming in with wisdom, so you have double the wisdom here and here, double the courage here and here, so it's like a twofold. Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for this lesson today? Yeah, straightforward, simple, clear cut. What is the oracle message for this lesson? Thank you, Spirit. Cards are sticky though. Could be the weather. Shouldn't complain. There we go, fertilizing. So churning and turning is how I ended the lesson, I think. I don't know, I did element reading, so it could be in one of them I said the same thing. Churning and turning. Fertilizing. I'll read it right away. It's the 10, so it's a completion. But that's like getting your just desserts. But in this case, it's taken everything that you've experienced in the 8 here. You've taken everything you've experienced and you're moving it into something new. Well, your experience becomes fertilizer. And I've already explained this card in quite a few lessons. So food is not the only thing that nourishes you, dear one. Be mindful of what you feed your soul. So moving on from a relationship, for example, because it's mostly cups here. Moving on from a relationship for the right reasons. The wisdom is there. I mean, like I said, this is textbook. There's justification in why you need to move on. The tower coming down is out of our hands. So there's no, oh, I shouldn't have done that and maybe I should have tried this. No, you did what you were supposed to. And those experiences become the fertilizing or the fertilizer for your future, because you have had the experience and you say, well, I've had that before. That's why I said that this card comes out, because you're churning what you've had enough of and turning it into fertilizer, taking the negative and using it to fuel the positive, to make you move forward. You see where you say, I had enough, I want to move on, I don't want this anymore. Well, boom, you're moving on. Because you have the courage and you have the justification, because Spirit is pushing you in the back to say, well, you know what, it's time to go. And you have a new direction to follow. And this is not easy. These 7s are not easy. But look at all of what you have to back it up. Starting with Spirit. Because Spirit is the one that brings down the tower here. Spirit is the one that provides us with the abundance that we need, whether it is in financial form or emotional form. The experiences. Spirit gives us all of that and says, okay, you're going to take all of that, you're going to mulch it up, you're going to eat some of it, because that's your fuel. It's the fueling that pushes us to go, give you the courage. The fear of being in the same nonsense again and again and again and saying, I don't want that, is your courage. Saying, okay, time to move. Justification. Spirit is saying, yes, you have the green light. Go ahead. You can go. Walking out the door. Leaving. Whatever it is. It could be work. Yes, it shows up as cups, but it's experience. It's experience. You work where you have love for what you do in your work. Okay, that could be this too. You're changing your direction. But then you have your love experience. This is romantic. I'm not going to try and make it into work, but there is the opportunity here that your love life is changing. You see? 13 cups. That is a transformation. The way you view love. Again, food is not the only thing that nourishes you. Okay? Be mindful of what you feed your soul. Again, healing waters or sacred waters. We had that from the day before. And the maiden and empowerment, embodiment have come back. Sacred waters, drunken by the swell of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace, unafraid of the presence releasing the cords. I call her in, I call her deeply within. Drunken by the swell of the sea, I can feel the blanket of her embrace, unafraid of the presence releasing the cords. I call her in, call her deeply within. We got this card with the moon. Remember, we had a full moon Now we have a new beginning. So for some of us, that fruition is coming in. Let's read the maiden. Demand what is yours. Take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. So I would put the Magician card with this today, simply because our Queen of Wands is not here. Embodiment is claiming, remembering. See, with the memory. I'll read it just because. Oh, look, see, someone's getting married. Again, going off to find the true love. Now unsown from the flesh, a most alluring lullaby stills my pain as the skies bleed for my heart and the embodiment I am to claim. Remember your experiences. Claim what is yours. Moving on to happy times. I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares, and your comments. If this lesson didn't come to you as a lesson today, don't worry. It'll come around again. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Love and light.